Hi guys, in this session we will take up basic concepts of percentages. If you look at percentage questions, there are four basic questions or four core questions in percentage. In this session we will discuss those four basic questions. Let's start with an example. Suppose there are two values A and B. Let us say A equals to 25, B equals to 20. What is the first of these four questions? What percentage of B is A? So when we say what percentage of B is A, the usual confusion is some of the students will write A by B into 100, a few students will write B by A into 100. And when you're writing a multiple choice exam, there will be options for both these possible answers. So what goes to denominator? When we say what percentage of B is A, in other words, if I had to say this, it is as good as asking you A is what percentage of B. That means I'm comparing A with respect to B. What percent of B, that is with respect to B. So here the reference is B. So it is A by B into 100. Or if I have to tell you in terms of algebra, what percentage you're asking me, if I assume X percentage of B means into B is means equal to A. What happens to X you see here? B comes this side, A by B into 100. That's what we have written, A by B into 100. So the second question will be, what percentage of A is B? In other words, B is what percentage of A? B is what percentage of A? So you are comparing B with respect to A. What percentage of A? So B by A into 100. That clarity we need to have when we solve percentages. What percentage of A means with respect to A? What percentage of B means with respect to B? Is that clear? So now what is the answer for first question? A by B, 25 by 20 into 100. You can see 25 5 is 125%. Here B by A, B is 20, B's value is 20, A's value is 25 into 100. You can see 25 fours, 24's 80%. Right? Okay, we will take the remaining two questions. Yeah, the third one is A is how much percentage more than B? A is how many, A's value is how much more than B here in absolute terms? A is 25, B is 20 means it is 5 more. But I am asking A is how much percent more than B. When we say percentage, percentage is always relative term. You have to compare the difference with respect to something. That something is A or B here more than B. So that is with respect to B. So here we have to write the difference. More means you have to find the difference. How much more you said? 5 more. What is that 5? The absolute difference between these two numbers. So the difference by what? More than B. So by B into 100. If you look at difference 5 by B, it is 20 into 100. 5 ones, 5 fours, 1 by 4, 25%. A is how much percent more than B? 25% more than B. So the fourth question is, B is how much percent less than A? Yeah, again B is how much less in absolute terms? 25, 20 means in absolute terms B is 5 less than A. B is 5 less than A, but percentage wise means we have to write this difference 5 with respect to what? What percent less than A? Less than A means you have to compare the difference with respect to A. So difference by A into 100. So that is difference is 5 by A 25 into 100. 1 by 5, 20%. So these four are core questions of percentages. So let's sum up these four questions once. These are the four questions. What we got, we have taken A is 25, B is 20. What is the answer we got for this? A by B into 100, we got 125%. What we got for this? 80%. You said A is how much percent more than B? We got 25% more. B is how much percent less than A? 20%. A couple of points here. One is A is how much percent more than B? 25%. But B is how much percent less than A? 20%. It's not the same 25%. Please remember. While absolute terms, when I compare, A is how much more than B in absolute terms? 5 more. Or B is how much less than A? Say 5. Absolute terms, there is no difference. But in percentage terms, there is a difference because this 5 difference, first time we are comparing with B, one time we are comparing with B, other time we are comparing with A. So that's why while the difference remains same, the reference value is not same. Because the reference value is changing, your answer is changing. So please remember this. What is important is, if A is 25% more than B, it is not that B is 25% less than A. It is something else. In this case, 20%. So if A is 10% more than B, B is not the same 10% less than A. It is something else. How much percentage, how to calculate that, we will take up in one of the following videos. Now coming back to one more point here, A is how much percent more than B? 25%. A is what percent of B? 125%. Because it is 25% more, it is 125%. You see here, B is how much percent less than A? 20%. B is 20% less than A, or B is 80% of A. So this is something you have to be clear about it. When I say that X is 10% less than Y, I should say that X is 90% of Y directly. 10% less will be 90%. You see here, B is 20% less than A. That's why you said B is 80% of A. You said A is 25% more than B. More means you have to add, so 125% you are saying. If A is 10% more than B, I'll say A is 110% of B. Or if I say A is 25% less than B, I'll say A is 75% of B. Or if A is 20% more than B, we'll say A is 120% of B. So this is something you should say. You should not write equations. The moment I say 10% less, it should be 90% of the initial value or 90% of the other number. If it is 10% more, it is 110%. 20% more, 120%, 20% less, 80%. If you can say these things, it helps you in solving questions in quick time. We'll apply them in the following sessions there, right? So this is about the 4 core questions of percentages. Thank you.